Title: Legio Krypteia. Insignia: Dawn Star Polaris and the Black Flag. War cry: varies. Motto: Hold the line. Allegiance: Imperium of Man. Codex compliant? No. Warrant of trade? Yes, issued to the Huntmaster Weaver in M29. Founding: circa M-8. Primarch: unknown. Sealed by decree of the Emperor. Homeworld: founded on Terra, fortress monastery located on Borealis. Colors: primary: gunmetal, hard armor. Secondary: white, insignia and etchings. Tertiary: black, tattoos, mantle and bodysuit. Combat doctrine: varies. Troop strength: unknown, presumed to be more than 4,000. Flagship: Death of Integrity. Fleet size: presumed 1. Notable motifs: the Einherjar make extensive, highly personalized armor inscriptions and etchings into both the interior and exterior of their armor. Normally, these inscriptions are painted white, along with the extensive application of tattoos that match the etchings made in the legionaries' armor. A black electrum thread mantle, emblazoned with a flag of ancient Terran origin, is usually worn over left pauldron, covering the primary insignia of the chapter. The war cry of the Legio Krypteia varies between the entire host fighting in complete silence to a war chant in an unknown language, or, in some cases, a deafening screech presumed to be a psionic attack, as no legionaries have ever been seen vocalizing such a noise. Chapter organization: the chapter master is known as the Huntmaster within the Legio and has 9 commanders directly under him. The rest of the legionaries are known as the Einherjar. The identity of the Einherjar is largely a mystery to those outside the Krypteia. The Legio Krypteia is broken down like any other military unit. Words within brackets are translations, ranks in parentheses are the equivalent rank to other standard Space Marine chapters. Huntmaster, bracketed Chapter Master. Valar, bracketed Centurion. Huntsman, bracketed Captain. Kinbok, in parentheses Leader, bracketed Lieutenant. Kendov, in parentheses Warrior, bracketed Sergeant. Pathfinder, bracketed Battle Brother. There are no specialist ranks within the Legio Krypteia. Each Einherjar is expected to become a master of all trades before being considered a fully fledged member of the Krypteia. Each of the 9 Valar answer directly to the Huntmaster and are of equal rank amongst each other. Below the Valar are an unknown number of huntsmen. Each huntsman controls a battalion of 1,000 Einherjar. Below the huntsmen are the Kinbok, the lieutenants. Each Kinbok commands 1 company of 100 Einherjar. There are 10 Kinbok in each battalion. Below the Kinbok are the Kendov. Each Kendov commands a squad of 10 Pathfinders. There are 10 squads consisting of 9 Pathfinders and 1 Kendov within each company. The entire Legio seems to loosely enforce the rank structure with no known attempts at insubordination. The higher ranks are always open to input from the lower ranks, and the lower ranks always seem to carry out orders from the higher ranks without question or protest. The chapter always seems to operate as though it were a well-oiled machine. There are no known structural failures within the ranks of the Krypteia, and the Einherjar always seem to know what is the best for the chapter as a whole. When the Legio Krypteia goes to war, they seem to have a plan for every outcome and possibility. It is as though they know what is going to happen long before it ever comes to pass. There seems to be something written on the margins here. The lack of information and organization of the strange force is troubling. Why do they still resist my command? I am the Emperor reborn. They must heed my decree. They must. Goga Vandaya. Vandaya? The Goga Vandaya? Of all the heretical... Moving on. Notable members. Huntmaster Weaver. No information is known of this individual, as all records pertaining to him are sealed by writ of the Emperor himself. Kamul. Nothing is known of this individual, as they do not appear in any imperial records. However, the Huntmaster Weaver refers to Kamul as the second of his 9 commanders. What is this paper doing here? It is strange how these Einherjar maintain such secrecy and anonymity. Even I could not maintain this level of deception for as long as they have. AO. Okay. Moving yet again along. Notable campaigns. Unknown. Sealed by decree of the Emperor. Yet again text in the margins. The Legio Krypteia has not been seen operating in any recent campaigns against the arch-enemy, including my recent crusades. This should not be taken as denouncement of any sort, as they were given their charge by my father so many millennia ago. Rebute Gilliman. The Rebute Gilliman? Okay. Okay then. I'm actually reading the words of Rebute Gilliman. Moving along. Chapter Wargear. MK0 Invictus pattern power armor. Grave Shroud. Advanced form of cameo-line cloak used by the Einherjar that obscures the wearer from all forms of detection, normally worn over the MK0 armor. Blade of Terror. The standard melee weapon is used by the Krypteia. However, there is nothing standard about these blades, as each Einherjar forges their own. MK4 Bolt Gun. A unique variant of bolt gun chambered in 2.00 caliber Gungner pattern bolt shell and specifically designed to be used in conjunction with the MK0 armor. Created to be extremely modular and adaptable while maintaining accuracy and reliability. MK26 Bolt Pistol. A unique type of bolt pistol chambered in 1.00 caliber Gungner pattern bolt shell and created at the same time as the MK4 bolt gun. An ultra-light, double-action sidearm specifically designed around the same concept as the MK4 bolt gun. T-136 rocket launcher. A 155mm single-use, disposable, selective guidance, anti-armor rocket launcher designed to be lightweight and easy to use. Thermobaric grenades. These grenades make use of the oxygen in the surrounding atmosphere to generate a very high temperature explosion with an extraordinarily powerful blast wave. While most explosive mixtures consist of only 25% fuel, with the other 75% being an oxidizer, a thermobaric weapon consists of 100% fuel and uses the surrounding oxygen in the atmosphere to act as the oxidizer. By replacing the oxidizer with more fuel, it not only generates a much larger blast, but a much hotter and far more powerful one as well. The only major downside to such a weapon is that it is almost completely ineffective in low oxygen environments and totally ineffective in vacuum. The pressure generated by a fuel-air explosion is so great that it can easily collapse a hab block or pulverize a traitor marine wearing Terminator armor. Gungner pattern bolt shell. A Gungner pattern bolt shell is similar to the standard mass-produced .75 caliber bolt in use by almost all Astartes forces in the Imperium. However, the major difference is the composition of the core and the shell size. Each Gungner pattern bolt shell contains a tiny Noctis core held in a cast, depleted uranium bullet jacketed in necrodermis. When a Gungner pattern bolt shell impacts its target, the bullet deforms, which destroys the Noctis core, releasing a microscopic, naked singularity within the target. For the fraction of a second that this singularity exists, it pulls in and obliterates any matter nearby. This is almost always enough to totally annihilate a Space Marine-sized target. The only major difference between Gungner bolt shells and normal .75 caliber bolts is that Gungnir bolt shells are only chambered in 1.00 and 2.00 caliber and are coated in tungsten carbide, giving them a distinct matte black coloration. The Legio Krypteia seem to have very few, if any, combat specialists within its ranks. There are no records of any Devastator, Assault, Terminator, Centurion or Scout Marines within the Legio Krypteia, as each legionary is expected to fill all of those roles. Each Einherjar is issued their Mk4 bolt gun, an Mk26 bolt pistol or Mk226 bolt pistol, a T-136 rocket launcher, 3 thermobaric grenades, and is expected to forge their own Blade of Terror. The Mk0 armor can be adapted to fill the role of any armor type from Reaver to Terminator or Centurion. By issuing every Marine a rifle, pistol and sword, and rocket launcher and grenades, the Marine can fill almost any combat specialist role required of them. Due to the Mk4 bolt gun design being highly modular, it allows a Marine to customize their rifle to fill the role of a DMR or SAW, designated marksman rifle or squad automatic weapon, respectively, as the mission dictates. Further wargear developments. The Mk226 pattern bolt pistol is in the final stages of development as of 001 M42 and is intended to replace the aging Mk26 pattern bolt pistol within the year. This new mark of sidearm is specifically designed for the Legio Krypteia to be used in conjunction with the Mk0 armor. This new mark of bolt pistol is designed around a sidearm popular with various specialist military units of ancient terror. The pistol is subcompact, ultralight, rugged, highly modular, and chambered in 1.00 caliber Gungnir bolt shell. The Mark 226 pistol is unique due to it being the only bolt pistol ever designed with the magazine located within the grip. Along with the Mk226 bolt pistol, a new shotgun and a new submachine gun have also been designed around the Mk0 armor. The new submachine gun is based off of the same design as the Mk4 bolt gun to maintain the adaptability of the initial Mk4 design. The Mk4 SMG variant is chambered in 1.00 caliber Gungnir bolt shell, has a shortened barrel and front handguard, integral suppressor and collapsing stock. The new Mk12 shotgun is not designed around the Mk4 bolt gun, but rather a firearm design originating sometime during the Age of Terror. It is chambered in 2.00 caliber shot shell, is semi-automatic, extremely reliable and highly modular. Yet another note. A quick note on the wargear of the Legio Krypteia. All of their armor, weapons and equipment is wrought of a strange material which they refer to as electrum. It seems no one outside of the Einherjar knows anything of it, though I feel as if I have heard of it elsewhere before. Arkan land. Well, surely he should know. I mean, if anyone knows, it should be Mechanicus. Moving on. Chapter Relics. Unknown. Sealed by decree of the Emperor. And what is this? Blood? Who writes in blood? This weaver wears a strange armor. He has the strength of a Titan and the grace of a Harlequin. I have never witnessed anything like it. His sword, by the Emperor, his sword. It seems to have a mind of its own. It slays the enemies of the Imperium like no other weapon I have ever borne witness to, and when combined with the nigh godlike skill of its wielder, the pair becomes an unstoppable force and an immovable object. Asterion Moloch. Well, then again, he would be writing this in blood. Well, let's continue. Induction, gene seed, training and official combat doctrine. Unknown. Sealed by decree of the Emperor. Oh, more notes. This time printed. These Einherjar fight like no army I have ever witnessed. They strike with the precision of a laser and fall upon their foes like a thunderbolt from heaven. Truly, no foe can best them. The mere rumor of an Einherjar is enough to change the course of a war. To be a hero among men is an honor like no other, but to be a legend among the Custodes is something else altogether. Constantin Valdor. They are a legend among the Custodes? And if it's Valdor who says this... Oh, okay. Let's keep reading. Conflicts with the Inquisition. The chapter's flagship, The Death of Integrity, is a relic of the dark age of technology and thought lost since M25. The Death of Integrity reappeared briefly in M39 as a space hulk, only to fall into the warp once more. It is unknown as how the Krypteia came into possession of such a powerful vessel and how it was purged of its corruption. Due to the capabilities and cargo of such a vessel, the Mechanicum attempted to look into the ship after it came into possession of the Legio Krypteia, only to be reprimanded by the High Lords of Terra and barred from any further investigation. Furthermore, on more than one occasion, a spectral space marine resembling that of a damned legionnaire was spotted within the Death of Integrity. These spectral marines show no malice toward the Legio Krypteia and seem readily welcomed by the Einherjar, though it is not currently known why the damned legionaries are there. The Legio Krypteia spends most of its time wandering the halo stars as if searching for something, although it is not currently known what they are searching for. Because the Krypteia spends most of its time in the halo stars, they seem to have a strange connection to the Necrons, as they have been seen regularly meeting with the various Necron lords and Catan shards. There are rumors within the Inquisition suggesting that the Krypteia has gone so far as to induct Necrons into its ranks. Due to this connection with the Necrons, some inquisitorial lords have raised questions about the allegiance of the Legio Krypteia. These questions were quickly silenced by the High Lords of Terra in 865 M38, and any further questions about the Legio Krypteia were suppressed by decree of the High Lords. After this incident, the Huntmaster met with Lord Inquisitor Redacted of the Ordo Theoreticus to answer some questions about the Krypteia in an attempt to dispel some of the mysteries surrounding it and reaffirm its allegiance to the Imperium. And once more a note. Oh, what beautiful handwriting. What the High Lords are covering up is beyond me, but whatever it is, it seems as though it goes far above the High Lords themselves. Torquemada Cotillas. Now that is intriguing. So Cotillas has been interested in this as well. Moving on. Conflicts with the Mechanicum and development of new technology. The Legio Krypteia has come into numerous conflicts with the Cult of Mars over possession of the ship Death of Integrity, due to it containing one of the last fully intact STC libraries in the galaxy. The conflict was finally ended when the Fabricator General declared that the Mechanicum was overstepping its bounds and is not authorized to investigate the Legio Krypteia or its possessions. This stirred a large amount of surprise within the Mechanicum until the noise was finally quieted by the Fabricator General himself via a decree that the Mechanicum is barred from investigating the Krypteia any further. The Krypteia has been using the STC library on board the Death of Integrity in conjunction with the Necrons to design and develop new technology ranging from household appliances to cutting-edge wargear. The production of this new technology has been kept classified level 5 in an attempt to keep the enemies of the Imperium from discovering the new advancements. Mission of the Legio Krypteia. In M29, the Emperor issued orders for the Krypteia to contact the human colonies located in Redacted, and if necessary, conquer them in the name of the Emperor and the Imperium. By M31, the conquest of Redacted was complete, with Redacted, worlds brought into the light of the Imperium, and Redacted, worlds terraformed and colonized. All information pertaining to this conquest is to be kept classified level 5 until the newly raised armies are prepared for the impending battle for the fate of mankind. As of 001 M42, Redacted, troops are available for training and outfitting with Redacted, new starships constructed. The technological advancements made by the Krypteia with the aid of the Necrons have reached unprecedented new heights, as well as having rediscovered almost all knowledge lost to humanity during the Age of Strife. More notes. The number of worlds conquered, troops raised, starships constructed, far exceeds any and all of our expectations. Fabricator General redacted to the Huntmaster Weaver at the 121st Congress of Terror. That must be quite high a number if the Fabricator General says something like that. Let's go on. Founding of the Legio Krypteia. The Legio Krypteia was founded sometime around M-8 or 8000 BC by a group the Emperor refers to as the first and last conclave of shamans. It is unknown who these people are and what the Emperor meant by the first and last conclave of them. As stated by the Emperor himself, the Legio Krypteia was founded to watch over the Emperor, keeping him safe until the time was right for the Emperor to reveal himself to humanity. Once the Emperor revealed himself, he founded the Legio Custodes to replace the Legio Krypteia as his personal bodyguards and tasked the Krypteia with a new mission, as stated previously in this document. The Emperor did, however, keep the Huntmaster Weaver as one of his closest and most trusted advisors until the Emperor's interment into the Golden Throne in M31. It is said that the Huntmaster still communicates with the Emperor, but proof of this rumor has yet to be uncovered. Homeworld and Fortress Monastery. The Legio Krypteia was founded on Terra, specifically in central Anatolia, presumed to be in or around Göbekli Tepe. The Legio remained based out of Terra until M29, when the Krypteia made its way to Redacted. After the Legio Krypteia returned in M31, it moved its fortress monastery off of Terra to the planet Borealis. Borealis is located in the Halo stars, with the exact location kept a closely guarded secret within the Krypteia. Borealis is described as a cold world almost entirely covered in boreal forest and northern plains, with the exception of its polar regions, which are described as barren tundra. Borealis is said to have great many lakes and rivers, with some being large enough to have fjords reaching into the vast mountain ranges of the planet. The weather of Borealis is often described by the Einherjar as cold, and the topography as broken with large mountain ranges, hills and fjords spanning the entire planet and no oceans. Snow blankets the land for almost 10 months of the year, solar months and years, while the other two short warm months of July and August only reach temperatures in the range of 4 to 10 degrees Celsius. The winters are long, but the day and night cycle stays relatively constant at about 12 hours of sunlight every day throughout the year on the equator, where the fortress monastery Valhalla is located. Around the equator, winter temperatures normally reach about -45 degrees Celsius, while temperatures in the polar regions, referred to by the Einherjar as the Pale, can reach as low as -80 degrees Celsius, with winds as strong as 100 kilometers per hour. An aurora borealis can be seen over most of the planet at dawn and dusk, with days lasting almost exactly 25 hours, one revolution of the planet on its axis. The wilds of Borealis are said to be kept pristine in preparation for the Wild Hunt, a yearly event within the Krypteia that takes place during the middle of the winter on Borealis, approximately December 25th. One of the only facts known about the training of the Einherjar is that every inductee is required to survive for 1 full year and 1 day in the wilds of Borealis with no assistance from the outside world. Each neophyte is required to leave all of their equipment and clothing behind, beginning their trial with nothing but their wits. The wildlife of Borealis is described as being identical to that within the boreal forests of ancient Terra. Each year, the entire Legio Krypteia begins a tradition known as the Wild Hunt, where the Einherjar nominate one amongst them to lead a crusade against their foes. The Huntmaster normally does not lead this Wild Hunt, as the Einherjar have said, but he has been known to have led it at least once. Normally, this Wild Hunt culminates with a great hunt of Borealis, where the leader of the Wild Hunt must go out alone and hunt a great beast of Borealis, known as a Hircine stag, with a bow and arrows. These stags are described as being a similar animal to the caribou or reindeer of ancient Terra, albeit much larger. It is said that only one of these great beasts exists on Borealis, and only during the wild hunt. It is unknown how they reappear every year, if only one exists. After this great hunt, the Einherjar all convene within the halls of Valor in the fortress of Valhalla to partake in a great feast called Yule by the Einherjar, where the dead are celebrated and great tales of conquests and glory are told. This feast ends with a speech from a figure the Einherjar refer to as the Allfather. Nothing is known of this figure, as there are no records in any imperial archives that refer to anyone bearing such a title. There is one document that details a religion of ancient Terra that venerated a figure known as the Allfather, though it is not known if these two individuals are the same. The star system Borealis is described as being relatively isolated from other stars, with Borealis being the only planet in the system. There is one moon named Mani orbiting Borealis. It is tidally locked to the planet. Mani is described as not having any permanent structures erected upon it, and is thus left with little human contact. The sun that the planet Borealis orbits, Sol with a diacritic acute, as named by the Einherjar, is described as a main sequence star with a mass of 1.01 solar masses, a radius of 1.03 solar radii, and an emission spectrum similar to that of Sol. Borealis orbits their own Sol at approximately 1.1 AU, with an eccentricity of 0.017, almost identical to that of Terra.